in this lecture of SAT Math and GRE Quant. Let's explore the linear equations, different types of questions, the concepts, and what is a linear equation and how it is developed and what it means, whether linear equation can have multiple variables or a single variable. Let us discuss in this introductory class. I am an IITIAN from Maths and Science by IITIAN channel, wherein I have released more than 330 videos for Maths Olympiad aspirants in the last couple of years, and for SAT Math and GRE Quant I will be discussing. I have started yesterday a class on percentages and ratios, and from now on I will be discussing on linear equations along with percentages and ratios parallelly, and we will discuss now this. For example, if you take a equation like this, 2x plus 5 is equal to 17. What it means? Here 2 is a constant, it's a real number, it's a constant. 5 is a constant, it's a real number. 17 is a real number, it is a constant. And what is variable here? X is a variable. And here in 3y minus 4, how many variables are there? Y is a variable and X is a variable. It's a single variable equation. It's a multiple variable. We can even say two variables equation. Two variables are there. Now, tell me here what is the power of x here? X is equal to x to the power of 1. Any number to the power of 1 is that number. Y is equal to y to the power of 1. Now, when the power is 1, then that particular equation is called having a degree of 1, and it's a linear equation. If variable x to the power of n is taken as a variable and n is equal to degree, it is degree, then n is equal to 0 implies x to the power of 0 is a constant. N is equal to 1 means x to the power of 1 is equal to x. It is degree is 1 and linear. If n is equal to 2, it implies x to the power of 2 is equal to x square, that is quadratic. If n is equal to 3, that implies x cube is equal to cubic equation. Now in this particular lecture, as an introductory lecture, we will be taking up the linear equations. Let's move further. Now here, let us talk about for a minute what is the number system. We have to follow a number system. Here we will be dealing with the real numbers only. There are complex numbers and real numbers. the set of complex numbers is the largest, and under the set of complex numbers, real numbers is another set, and in this particular course we will be dealing with real numbers only. Real numbers can be represented on a real line like this. There is a 0 reference point. From 0 we can say right side positive 1, 2, 3, 4 like this up to positive infinity, and here left hand side to 0, -1, -2, -3 up to minus infinity. Now, from minus infinity to plus infinity, the numbers all included on the real number line are real numbers. Now, real numbers do have different operators: multiplicative operator, division operator, addition operators, subtraction operators. Why this particular thing is important for you? Before going into the equations, you should know what are the operators and what is the system, number system you are controlling. Now, what is multiplication? Multiplication is nothing but multiplying two numbers. One number, let me say here, one number is x multiplied by y, and another is division. How division is represented? X divided by y. How addition is represented? These may look simple but very important. X plus y. How subtraction is represented? X minus y. Now, in multiplication, a negative value is multiplied by a negative value. Minus into minus is equal to positive. Minus into plus is equal to negative. Plus into plus is equal to positive. Plus into negative is equal to negative. Similarly, division. Minus divided by minus is equal to plus. Minus divided by plus is equal to minus, negative. Plus divided by plus is equal to positive. Plus divided by negative is equal to negative. Because you may come across many equations where you may be required to use these operators. And when you use these operators, until and unless you are not aware what happens when minus is divided by minus. Now, for division, there is a peculiarity, especially for division. What is that peculiarity? Any number divided by any real number divided by 0 is equal to infinity. If it is positive plus infinity, if it is negative x is a positive real number. If it is negative, minus infinity, provided x is greater than 0. Another thing, x is greater than 0 and less than infinity. X multiplied by 0. Let us talk about the divisions first, as I told you. Now, 0 divided by x is equal to 0 plus x. 0 divided by minus x is equal to 0. There is no negative or positive for 0. Next, 0 divided by 0. Infinity divided by infinity. Infinity divided by 0. These are all undefined. Sometimes you may be asked whether the particular system of equations is undefined or not. Whether the particular system of equations has infinite solutions or not. Until and unless you know what is infinity, and you may be asked to solve the different types of system of equations where these operators and these meanings are very important for you to be understood. Now, something like this, x plus y is equal to a plus b. When something from the right hand side moved to the left hand side, or something from the left hand side is moved to the right hand side, if sides interchanged, what happens? Sign changes. Plus becomes minus, minus becomes plus, if the sides interchange in an equation. Now, let us take one equation like x to the power of 4 plus x square y cube plus y square x cube minus a xy square plus b xy plus c x plus dy plus e is equal to 0. A good example. From this we will try to understand what is linearity, what is non-linearity. Here, for x to the power of 4, what is the power here? 4. X square y cube, for x it is 2, for y it is 3. Y square x cube, for y it is 2, x it is 3. A is a constant. For x it is 1 power, y square means power is 2. B is a constant. For x it is 1, y it is 1. C is a constant. For x it is 1, D is a constant. For y it is 1, E is a constant. The variables do have powers. It is a multivariable equation. Anything more than one variable is called as a multivariable. Here there are variables. What are the variables? Variables are x and y. What are the constants? Constants are a, b, c, d, e. Then what are the degrees or power of each variable? We have already written. Now, for example, if I take out only this portion, if I talk about this portion, cx plus dy plus e is equal to 0. Let me say this portion. What it represents? Two variables and power of, for the two variables, what are the two variables x and y? Powers are, for x it is 1, y it is 1. If the powers are 1, as I told at the time of introduction, when the powers are 1, the equation is called linear equation. But it's a linear equation with two variables. If I take only one small portion, this portion only, like dy plus e is equal to 0. Single variable, that is y, and power is equal to 1. That implies linear equation with single variable. That means multivariable linear equation, single variable linear equation, what is the property? Power should be 1 for linear equation. Second property is, if it can be multivariable or it can be single variable, depending upon the number of variables present in the linear equations. For example, let me write a single variable equation with more than 1 degree. Let me say, I have written function x is equal to, or no, let us not confuse ourselves and go into functions. Let me say x x to the power of 3 plus p into x square plus q into x minus r is equal to 0. Let me take this equation. Because there are PQR are the constants, P, Q, R, these are constants. Variable is equal to x. It can be in the form of x cube, x square or x. Variable is x. Then highest power of variable is equal to highest power of variable is equal to 3 because of x cube. Highest power is 3. That means it is a cubic single variable cubic equation. Single variable cubic equation. If it is like this, px square plus qx minus r is equal to 0. Here, pqr are constants. P, Q, R constants. X is equal to variable. It is a single variable in the equation, and degree is equal to, degree of the equation is equal to 2, as highest power of x is equal to 2, that is in x square, px square. Then it implies single variable quadratic equation. Quadratic equation. Next comes, let us take qx minus r is equal to 0. It implies q and r are constants. X is equal to variable, that is single variable. Degree of x is equal to degree or power of x, degree of equation or power of x is equal to 2, not 2, it is 1, because qx, because of qx. That means qx minus r is equal to 0 implies it is a single variable linear equation. Now, in this lecture and for the next few lectures, we will be talking about linear equations with single variable. Next, we will be talking about linear equations with multiple variables starting with 2 variables. Now, qx minus r is equal to single variable linear equation. Now, Qx minus r is given to you. I told you when you change the sides, let me change the side of this minus r. Side change. What happens? Qx minus r is equal to 0 becomes Qx is equal to minus of minus r plus 0. Are you able to follow? Qx it is. That implies Qx is equal to r. I told you, when you change the sides, not only sign change, there will be multiplication becomes division and division becomes multiplication. This is very, very important. Side changes implies sign changes. And in the above type of equations, side changes also multiplication becomes division and vice versa. In this particular type of equation. Now, Qx is equal to r implies by side changing, let us change Q to right hand side. What happens? X is equal to, x will be same as it is, x will be r divided by q. That means when you wanted to find a value of x, the variable, in a particular question, you ensure that all x's are taken one side. First rule, thumb rule is take all variables on one side. This is for linear equations. For any equation for that matter, and take all constants on other side. This is the basic principle which you have to apply whenever you do linear equation problems. Very important. Keep a note of it. Now you just see. What we have solved is Qx minus r is equal to 0 by taking, what is the variable here? X is the variable. By taking variables on one side, let us say it is taken on left hand side, and take the constants on the other side. 0 minus minus r. Minus into minus is plus. That is plus r, that is equal to r. That implies x is equal to r by q. This is the answer. It's a very, very important deduction from our discussions, and it is for linear equations what we have done. It is for single variable linear equation. We are taking initially single variable linear equation we are talking about. In the next class we will be talking about two variables linear equation, but not in the next class, maybe in the subsequent classes. Let me say, let us take an example here. Purchased 10 pence in $5. What is the cost of each pen? Cost of each pen is equal to how much? Here, solution. Total cost, how much you have spent? $5. Let each pen cost is equal to each pen cost is equal to X. Number of pens purchased is equal to Q, let us say. That is equal to 10. Then what is the value of X? X is equal to each pen cost is equal to R by Q. That is, total cost is equal to, let us say, R. $5 divided by 10. That is $0.50. For example, in another way also, we can do many problems on this single variable linear equations. And a graphic representation of the above. Let me say. You know, vertical line is y-axis and horizontal line is x-axis. Y is not changing. When y is not changing means when there is only one single variable, that means x is only changing, y is not changing. Y is equal to constant. The total money what you have in your pocket is $5. What you wanted to, from the example, previous example, $5 only you wanted to spend. Total spend is $5. If you purchase 10 pence, 20 pence or 30 pence, the total spend is only $5. The cost of each pen will become different as you change the number of pens purchased. This is a graphical representation of single variable. For example, if it is double variable, x and y both vary, then it will be like this, or it can be like this, or it can be like this. Single variable means horizontal line, if x is the horizontal axis. Double variable means it is an inclined line, or it can be horizontal line also, and it can be, if x is constant and y is variable, then this can be like this also, single variable. This is the graphical representation of single variable and a double variable. Now, let us take one good example on the single variable equation. How it looks like? The general equation will be a linear equation in double variables ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. It is the general equation for a linear two variable system. Linear two variable system. For a single variable system, ax plus c is equal to 0 or by plus c is equal to 0. This is linear single variable system. Why I am emphasizing on this? Because we will be discussing these two in the next few classes, starting with the linear single variable system, then we will be going for the linear two variable system, then there we will come to a place where non-linear systems. Non-linear means it is linear, it is linear. Non-linear means ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. This equation represents single variable non-linear system. And another equation, ax square plus by square plus c is equal to 0 or cxy plus d is equal to 0. Plus d is equal to 0. What is this? Non-linear two variable system. The easiest and the most important applied system in day-to-day life is linear single variable system. It is applied in day-to-day life. Like when you go for a shopping, You will purchase some item and you may try to purchase another item also of similar quality, so that you will get the bonus of, if two items are purchased, one is bonus, is given free. That type of systems are defined in this linear single variable systems. It's not that the type of systems are not defined in the other systems, even double variable linear system also they are defined, but we will go for the simplest, most simple single linear system or single variable linear system, and we will try to solve some examples. Let us try to solve one good example with linear single variable system. Let us say half into 3x minus 5 divided by 4 plus 2 by 3 x minus 1 by 5 is equal to 2x plus 3. Solve this for x. Solve for x. It is a, first is, what is this? Let us go for the solution. It is x is the variable, x is equal to variable with degree 1 or power 1 implies single linear variable equation, single variable linear equation, single variable, because there is no other variable present in the equation, linear equation. Let us write this way. Now let us try to solve. What I have told you, first is that we have to segregate all the variables and constants. Now half into 3x minus 5 divided by 4 plus 2 by 3 into x minus 1 by 5 is equal to 2x plus 3 can be written as, let us open the brackets. This can be written as half into, before opening, when something divided by some value means 3x minus 5 by 4 can be written as 3x by 4 minus 5 by 4 plus 2 by 3 into x by 5 minus 1 by 5 is equal to 2x plus 3. That implies, let us open the brackets. Half into 3x by 4 means half into 3x by 4 minus half into 5 by 4 plus 2 by 3 into x by 5 minus 2 by 3 into 1 by 5 is equal to 2x plus 3. That implies half into 3x by 4 is 3x by 8 minus half into 5 by 4 is 5 by 8 plus 2 by 3 into x by 5 is 2x by 15 minus 2 by 3 into 1 by 5 is 2 by 15 is equal to 2x plus 3. Now we have divided everything. What the next step, what we have to do? Bring all the variables on one side and take all the constants on the other side. Let us bring this 2x here and these constants here. What happens in this? minus becomes plus and plus becomes minus when you change the sides. 3x by 8 plus 2x by 15 minus 2x plus 2x becomes minus 2x when you bring it to the left hand side is equal to 3. 2x is brought here, hence 3 only left on the right hand side. 3 minus 5 by 8 minus 2 by 15. That implies 3x by 8, x you take it as common because that is single variable, x we take it as common, x into 3 by 8 plus 2 by 15 minus 2 is equal to 3. Minus into minus, I have already told you, minus into minus is plus. Plus 5 by 8. Again minus into minus is plus 2 by 15. That implies x into 3 by 8 plus 2 by 15 minus 2. What is the LCM of 8 and 15? What is the LCM of 8 and 15? 120. 15 into 3 plus 2 into 8 minus 2 into 120 is equal to LCM of 8 and 15 is 120. 3 into 120 plus 5 into 15 plus 2 into 8. Now, both sides denominator is same. When denominator is same, like a by b is equal to c by b implies a is equal to c. This b gets cancelled. This is another important concept you have to keep in mind. Here 120 denominator is here, 120 denominator is here, both are cancelled. They become 1 here, 1 here. 120 by 1 is 1. Now it becomes x into 15 into 3 is 45 plus 2 into 8 is 16 minus 240 is equal to 3 into 120 is 360 plus 5 into 15 is 75 plus 2 into 8 is 16. That implies x into 45 plus 16 is 61. 61 minus 240. 61 minus 240 is minus 179. You just see is equal to 360 plus 75 is 75 plus 16 91, 91 plus 360 451. That implies it is in the form I told you. Qx is equal to R implies x is equal to R by Q. Remember that. That implies, please remember, I have told you 451 by minus 179. Plus by minus, when division, when positive number is divided by negative number, the answer is negative. Minus 451 by 179. Did you get it? 451 by 179. It cannot be divided further since plus by minus is equal to minus. Hence the value of x is equal to minus 451 by 179 is the answer. This is the simple single variable linear equation. Until now what we have learned, one is real number system. About real number system we have learned, and we have learned the operators in the real number system, operators on numbers like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, importance of 0 and infinity. We have learned 0 and infinity in respect of division and multiplication, and we have learnt about signs, sign changes under different operations, degree of a equation, single linear equation we have understood, multilinear equation we have understood, and two variable linear system, linear equation, multivariable nonlinear system, nonlinear equation, and we also understood about single variable nonlinear equation, and we solved one SAT Math or GRE level practice question. In the next class, we will be continuing with the linear single variable linear systems, linear equations rather, and we will solve more and more problems. More problems to follow, more practice problems to follow. In next class. In next class. And if you feel there is a value addition because of this lecture to you, kindly hype this lecture, kindly share this lecture to the known people, kindly subscribe to my channel and share my channel details to the known people. My channel is Maths and Science by IITIAN. And regarding this GRE and SAT Maths, I have developed a website called maths&science.com. You can visit this website and check for the updates and notes, PDF notes, and also for various resources for GRE, Quant and SAT Math. Best of luck to everybody. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for viewing my lecture. And I'll be giving this type of publishing this type of videos more and more. Please kindly subscribe to my channel and share this channel details to all. And I have already released around 330 plus videos for Maths Olympiad. They are already there in my channel. Thank you.